I don't know. I think a lot of folks are trying to, and I would find somebody that would inspire me in the business world, and you go, you know what, I'm just going to emulate them. And when I first started my art business, you kind of do the same thing. You copy. Mm-hmm. When you're a musician, you grab a guitar and you figure out how to play Stairway to Heaven. That's your way of seeing if you've got what it takes.
You just dated yourself, but I understand.
Pretty much, yes. But with that, it's the same idea of you're proving that you have what it takes and that you're able to accomplish it. But then there gets to a point where you're either going to be paying cover tunes for the rest of your life, somebody else's story, or you're going to find out your unique God-given role. And I remember, I've said it many a times, if the trail before you is wide open, then you're on somebody else's trail. Mm-hmm. And blazing your own trail takes a lot of risk, takes a lot of courage, and it takes some self-discovery and a lot of discipline. Master's program is pretty much all of that. And so you're in the right place at the right time. But I think there's a lot of folks that are trying to fit into somebody else's uniform, and they're wondering why it doesn't fit perfectly. Well, it wasn't made for you. What we're looking at here is finding your specific, your calling, your specific role in God's plan. And one thing I love that you've always said about the calling is your God-given, unique kingdom calling is so unique that nobody else can replicate it, nobody else can fill it. It's not designed for anybody else. Mm-hmm. And the other part of what comes with that is there's no competition if you live in your role.
Right.
So let's keep unpacking it.
Well, Noah, while that's exactly true, and we're going to be discovering that over the course of the rest of this 3-year journey together, as it regards our calling, mm-hmm. We introduced last month the notion of Meet the Twins.
Yep.
So much of what's true of our calling is in play as it addresses our career. And in the same way that I can become one of a kind in terms of my contribution to the kingdom and mm-hmm. my calling, mm-hmm. I can set out to become one of a kind in terms of my role in my career life.
Yeah.
And that with nothing eternal in play, but
mm-hmm.
simply the ability to monetize my performance in the career space,
yeah.
to be able to create incredible value, to be recognized by my customers as their best choice for provider or, mm-hmm. or service partner, but to be recognizing that I can do something relatively effortlessly that produces great satisfaction on the part of the people that I serve, mm-hmm. while I open the door for me to be able to say, now more than that, I'll open the door for my life to count for even more. It's fascinating that this whole calling conversation isn't reserved for just believers in Jesus. Bill and Melinda Gates are in the public eye today. 20 years ago, it would have been because of Microsoft that Bill Gates would have been in a headline. Mm. But he retired from Microsoft a few years ago. And having made the top of the Forbes 400 list of wealth in the world, mm-hmm. he now devotes his primary time, along with his wife Melinda, in what they would call their calling, which is small c, which is lifetime, not eternal, which is in this world system, not in God's kingdom. But they're out to redistribute the proceeds of their career era in terms of serving other people. And the issues of education, of eradication of disease, mm-hmm. of birth-related things, they're giving what they've amassed in their career away in what they call their calling. Well, in the same fashion...
And be specific on the small c.
In the same fashion, small c changes the world up to the end of a lifetime. Capital C, calling in the kingdom context, can make a positive addition to this lifetime, but generates even more impact in the next. Because it leaves an eternal legacy, not just a lifetime legacy.